Hello, Army! Today's news is going to warm your heart and completely immerse you in the universe that only BTS can create. Get ready, because what happened goes far beyond a simple airport departure. On the afternoon of July 31st, Korean time, Incheon International Airport came to a standstill. And it wasn't due to delayed flights or technical issues. It was because of an unexpected, almost magical moment. Jungkook and V appeared side by side, walking naturally, yet with a presence so powerful it gave chills. After so long without a joint appearance, the two emerged as if they had never been apart. Fresh off a recent trip to the United States, they didn't even rest for 24 hours before setting off again. But that brief moment between one destination and another became eternal for those who witnessed it. The impact on social media was immediate. "It's been so long since I saw a picture of them together. I'm emotional," one fan wrote. Another commented, "Jungkook looks adorable, but stronger than ever, and V is still at his peak, always with that fashionable aura." The Korean media confirmed they were heading to an international event for a global brand, though the name hasn't yet been revealed. Many believe the duo was invited to something huge, perhaps a runway show, a commercial, or even a fashion campaign expected to shake the industry. But more than the reason behind the trip, it was the way they interacted that moved everyone. Amid the rush, V approached an old reporter, someone who had known him since his trainee days. He smiled, looked the man in the eyes, and said sincerely, "Hey, lower the camera, let's hug." A simple sentence, yet full of emotion. The reporter, visibly touched, replied, "You've become even more amazing, but you're still the same boy as before." And that was exactly what touched the fans, seeing that V, even with global recognition, still carries the same essence. As the reunion vibe filled the air, another moment caught attention. When a reporter mentioned how long it had been since they were seen together, V gently patted Jungkook's head without saying a word. Just that small gesture was enough to spark an emotional storm online. "They still have the same friendship as always," said one touched fan. And Jungkook, shy as always, seemed genuinely happy. And it didn't stop there. Jungkook starred in a cute and funny moment when he snapped his fingers in the middle of the airport hall, making the sound echo like he was practicing a secret performance. One of the reporters laughed and reacted, "Jungkook, you're really good at this." V, by his side, saw the joke and repeated the gesture. Then the two continued walking together, snapping their fingers like they were playing a silent game, only they understood. Fans watching the video later couldn't hide their smiles. "They look like two kids playing," one said. It was pure, spontaneous, and that's why it was unforgettable. But one detail about V concerned the more attentive fans. There was a visible bandage on his hand, similar to an injection mark, and at certain moments he lightly massaged his abdomen while walking. Despite the smile on his face and steady steps, the gesture didn't go unnoticed. Comments like, "I hope it's just a routine checkup," and "Take care of your health, V," filled social media. The concern was real, and amid this whirlwind of emotions, another small gesture from V spoke volumes about his character. When he noticed some trash on the airport floor, he bent down, picked it up, and threw it in the bin, without cameras pointed at him, without an audience, just being himself. It was a small detail, but it shouted elegance, care, and humility. This trip, which at first seemed like just another item on their schedule, became a moment of connection with the fans. Images of the two walking side by side took over fan pages, forums, and international sites. It wasn't just about V and Jungkook, it was about friendship, respect, longing, gratitude, and loyalty. In just a few minutes, they reminded the world that being a star isn't just about shining on stage, but about keeping the spark in your eyes, even away from the spotlight. But that's not all, Army. Now let's move on to another story that deeply moved the fans. Jin, our worldwide handsome, touched and entertained during his post-show livestream, but also revealed something that left many fans worried. On the first night of his solo tour in New York, Jin drove the crowd wild. The venue was completely packed, with fans from all over the US, eager to see his charisma and talent up close. As usual, after the concert, Jin returned to the hotel and started a live on Weverse. But this time, the stream took an unexpected turn. Right as he went live, Jin excitedly said, "Today I'm going to try making mulho." The phrase rang a bell for longtime fans. In a previous live, he had failed to prepare this traditional Korean dish. This time, determined to redeem himself, he revealed he had bought pre-prepared mulho and just needed to mix the ingredients. While laughing and insisting he wasn't a failure, he tasted the dish and nodded in approval. "Delicious. Really tastes like Korea." Between bites and giggles, a comment popped up. It was J-Hope. "Why do you look so tired?" he asked. And that's when the tone shifted. Jin replied, someone had entered the chat, J-Hope, and sincerely, he began to share about the concert. During a game on stage, fans were supposed to guess who he was thinking of. Jin answered Wave, since everyone had been rubbing their stomachs and dancing, but the correct answer was J-Hope. "Sorry, it was a tough question," Jin said. J-Hope replied, I'm disappointed. A light joke that drew laughs, but also revealed the deep affection between them. Then Jin shared something that worried fans. He confessed he had been eating poorly, sometimes only one meal a day. I'm trying to eat 3 times a day to gain weight and recover my strength, he said. Still, he assured fans he wasn't that tired and was taking care of his health. While eating, Jin compared mulho to bibimbap. Before mixing, it looks beautiful. After mixing, it looks messy, but it tastes better. Then he said, if it had noodles, somyeon, it'd be perfect. But even with cold rice, it's great. The moment became a kind of improvised ASMR with Jin chewing loudly and laughing. But suddenly, without warning, he said something that broke many hearts. I should have the BTS members as backup dancers. But how much would their fees be? It sounded like a joke, but revealed a loneliness even New York's bright lights couldn't hide. The absence of the group, even with all the fans' love, was deeply felt. A longing that echoes, even on the grandest stages. The live ended with a simple phrase, full of meaning. Today, I really had fun. Thank you for watching me eat. I get sad when I'm alone. You understand, right? And yes, everyone understood. Because that night, more than an artist, Jin was just Seokjin, a man, a meal, and a silent crowd watching on the other side of the screen, his US tour was nearing its end. But something different lingered in the air that night. It wasn't just another successful concert, or just another live stream for tradition's sake. It was one of those quiet, intimate moments that only gain true value when seen with the heart. Even in the face of applause, Jin showed a side that many artists hide: vulnerability. Alone in a hotel room with a simple meal and a camera, he reminded everyone that behind all the fame and prestige, he's still the same boy as before, the one who loves to eat, laugh, chat, and most of all, feel close to his fans. That night, there were no choreographed dances or stage lights. There was truth. Every word between bites, every pause, every tired smile, all of it showed that even while excelling on his solo journey, his heart still misses the complete group. The phrase, I get sad when I'm alone, you understand, right? Kept echoing in fans' minds like a silent plea for understanding and companionship. And everyone understood. Because in that virtual dinner, what was shared went beyond food. It was a moment of deep connection. Even with a packed schedule and thousands cheering for him in different cities, Jin showed that loneliness is part of the path too. And it was exactly that honesty that made the live stream so special. No matter the size of the stadium, the grandeur of the production, or the crowd's cheers, sometimes all someone needs is a quiet moment to sit down, eat something that reminds them of home, and talk to those who truly understand them. For ARMY, that night is already a precious memory kept in their hearts. And even when the next tour begins, it will be impossible to forget that on one quiet night in New York, Jin showed us the most human and sincere side of a global star.